Can I go?
Yes.
Okay. So picture this. You're walking through a mall with your boyfriend or girlfriend, and you're just passing through all the stores, but you're not really stopping because you don't see anything in the window that's really catching your eye. But then you come to this one particular store, and in the window you see this cute, white, fluffy little puppy with huge brown eyes and eyes of just pure innocence. What you don't realize is that you were just targeted for funding animal cruelty and the funding of puppy mills. And by purchasing your animal from this pet store, you're contributing to many animals dying across the nation. Today I will illustrate for you why buying a puppy from a pet store is contributing to the overpopulation of animals and the funding of puppy mills. So first, I'm going to explain to you all how you're contributing to the overpopulation of pets across the nation. So a little bit of background, my dad is a veterinarian, and he comes home every single day complaining about how he got another stray or how he had to kill an animal because they did not have a home. And this is always because there's way too many animals out there and not enough homes to keep them at. So the Humane Society states, every single day, thousands of animals are born into the United States due to the uncontrolled breeding of animals. And this does not even include the number of offspring produced by strays. There's just simply not enough homes for all these animals to go to. So say you do end up going to the puppy store and you're looking at the cute puppy in the cage. And usually it'll say where the puppy is from. And if it says that the puppy is from someplace in the Midwest like Illinois, Ohio, Iowa, chances are that that puppy is from one of the breeders that I've been talking about. I know this may not seem like a big deal to you now, so let me give you a couple more statistics. The Humane Society also reports every year between 6 and 8 million dogs and cats enter shelters. Some 3 to 4 million of these animals are euthanized because there are not enough homes for them. This really does show that there is really an overpopulation happening. Another statistic by the Humane Society is if you put 2 cats together and you breed them for 10 years, the first year they will produce 12 offspring, the second year they will produce 66 offspring, and by the 10th year, the 2 cats can end up making 80,399,780 cats just from 2 cats alone. And this is because their offspring have offspring and their offspring have offspring, and there's just simply not enough homes for all those cats to go to. And it's not just the cats and the animals that are affected by this. You guys are all affected by the overpopulation going on right now. There's been recently a growing health epidemic of dog bites in the country. It has increased by 4.5 million a year. The Humane Society states, often the vicious tendencies found in some dog breeds can be attributed to irresponsible breeding without regard to temperament. This shows you how much it can cost you because you're being affected by your health because of the dog bites, and there's just too many dogs out there. And another way that it's costing you is money. It's costing you in vet bills mostly because of the overbreeding of these animals. When you buy them from the puppy stores and stuff, chances are that they're spreading viruses to each other because they're so closely compacted. They don't have enough room to run and exercise, and there's definitely not enough human love and interaction with these animals. Also, one of the most commonly spread viruses from these animals to each other is the parvovirus. And according to veterinarians, such as my dad, this is an extremely contagious and often fatal gastrointestinal flu. The Humane Society says each year communities are forced to spend millions of taxpayer dollars trying to cope with the consequences of this surplus of pets. These public costs include such things as investigating animal cruelty, humanely capturing stray animals, and sheltering lost and homeless animals. So now that you know how you are contributing to the overpopulation of these animals nationwide, let me tell you how the money that you're spending on your animal is going directly into a puppy mill. So first I'm going to start off by giving you guys the definition of a puppy mill for those of you who don't know. It's a facility where animals are bred for quantity, not quality. They live in deplorable conditions and are doomed to suffer health and behavior problems because of their delinquent upbringing. And this is according to WorkingDogs.com. So Dan Hanbicki, issue specialist for companion animals of the Humane Society of the United States, says, 90% of the puppies sold into stores do come from commercial breeders, and only 6% of these puppies are originated in pet stores. So when you're first purchasing your animal, you're spending at least $500 on the breed, if not more, and most of that money is obviously going back to the breeders if 90% of these animals are coming from the breeders. So when you guys are purchasing these animals at the pet store, if you do decide to do that, you have to realize the history behind these animals. Chances are that the little puppy that you're picking up, that its mother is still alive, is very, very slim. Because the female dogs that they have in these puppy mills, they breed them twice a year until they can no longer breed, and once they're done reproducing, they end up killing the female dogs because they're basically worthless now. And this was according to helpinganimals.com. Also, the puppies will grow up most likely with health issues because they were not nurtured by their mother, and they're taken away at too young of an age. So the bills are definitely going to increase, and that's something that you don't want to pay for because it's really, really expensive. Helpinganimals.com also reports constant confinement and a lack of adequate veterinary care and socialization often results in animals who are unhealthy and difficult to socialize. As a result, many are abandoned within weeks or months of adoption by frustrated buyers. So I'm going to give you guys an example of how these animals are transported from puppy mills to pet stores. And one example is there was a guy who was arrested in Tennessee. He was transporting 150 puppies through a truck with no air conditioning, and they were sent to a pet store sent from a puppy mill to a pet store on the East Coast. 4 of these puppies did not make it, and they ended up dying on the car ride over. Another example, according to helpinganimals.com, was 2 men who faced charges of transporting 38 puppies from Oklahoma to Texas. These puppies were all confined in a feces-filled van outside a motel in Daytona, Florida, and passerbys end up noticing the puppies in the van due to a foul stench and the puppies' distressing barks. And also, when the puppies do go to the pet store, if they do end up making it, the conditions don't really improve that much. I'm sure all of you guys have been in a pet store and seen these animals in tiny little cages, and they're running around in their own feces. There's usually 2 of them per cage. And if you have 2 big dogs running around in a small cage, there's just simply not enough room for them. Because of these issues, most of these dogs will grow up and be destructive and have horrible behavior issues. So in conclusion, there's simply one solution to this problem. Do not buy your pets from pet stores. If we all do this together, hopefully we can shut down the pet stores and begin to open up our own homes to those animals who are stray on the street or to those animals who are abandoned in the shelters. The overpopulation of pets could easily be reduced with this simple solution, and puppy mills could no longer exist. So when you're walking through the mall and you see that really cute puppy in the window, just remember what it stands for. It stands for animal cruelty and an overpopulation. And by taking home that animal that you see in the window, you're killing another animal who's out on the street because they don't have a home to go to. Thank you. I felt like that was disgusting.
I'm never going to bite someone. Oh my God.
CJ, what did you think?
I like to see. It told me a lot more about puppies. She seemed real confident giving the speech. She didn't pace a lot. She didn't use too many gestures and stuff. She kind of crossed her legs a little bit. It really wasn't nothing too big.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
All right.